Hey guys, hope you're all well, and by now you would have read the title of this video. This is episode 5 of my chat app using Ionic 3 and Firebase series. So let's just jump right into the content. In our last video we saw how to design the profile tab, which we did here, and in this video we are going to start with the chats tab. Okay, this is where we actually get into the application. So yeah, let's just jump right into it, guys. First I'll stop this application and get into the code here. Okay, so far what we have done here is we have managed to log in a user. We have added a provision for him to sign up for our application. We have added a provision for him to set a profile picture, and we have designed a profile tab inside our application. Now let's start with the chats tab. So before let's start with chats.html. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a small button here, so that upon clicking it he can add friends for his he can add friends whom he can chat with in our application. The friends are nothing but other registered users in this application. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's first add a button here in this header. Okay, now we have added a icon button that will call a method called add buddy. So I'll go inside chats.es and then write that my function as well, add buddy, right? Add buddy, and inside this what I'll do is I'll move the entire concept of listing the users and then adding them to the friends list to a separate page. Okay, so I'll call that page as buddies maybe. So Ionic G page buddies. Okay, this dot nav control dot push buddies page. Okay, very simple piece of code. I'm just using lazy loading, and inside the buddies what we'll do is we'll show the user a list of all the registered users in the application, and we'll also give him a provision to search. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll first we need to get that list of all registered users in our application, right? So let's get into buddies.ts, and then first what we'll do is we'll inside the constructor itself we'll write an application. Not an application. We'll write a function. We'll write some code. This dot user service dot user service I haven't imported. Import from providers /user/user. That's where our user.ts file is, and here I'll add user provider, and inside controller constructor I'll add public user service user provider. Okay, here I need to have a function that will pull all the users from my users collection and give it to me, right? So what do not confuse with this one, guys. This is to get the information of that current particular user. Okay, now we need a list of all users, so that the logged in user will have an option to choose a person from that will have an option to add a person from that list into his friends list, right? So what we'll do is we'll give get all users. This is a new method that we are writing, get all users, and this dot what was the name of that fire data, right? Fire data. Okay, this dot fire data dot okay, this dot fire, we'll write this inside a promise, where promise equals new promise resolve reject. Okay, and inside this this dot fire data dot order by child uid dot once value snapshot. Okay, I'm running this query once, getting all the users, and then that users will be present in the snapshot.val. So I'll just resolve snapshot.val. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll write a error handler as well, dot catch, and inside this there will be an error, reject error. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll return this promise, return promise. Okay, a very simple function that will get all the users from our users collection and then resolve it to the calling statement. So I'll get into buddies.ts, and from here I'll write that calling statement. So inside the constructor I'll write this dot user service dot get all users, and upon completion what I'll get is an object. So response, from this I need to push all that data of that object inside an array, right? So what I can write this logic there itself, right? Why am I struggling here? So instead of resolving this snapshot.val, what I'll do is where let temp array equals snapshot.val. Okay, and then for where key in temp array, here inside this let user data, where user data, and then let temp array equals a blank array, and inside this what I'll do is this dot, not this dot, temp array equals user data, or that's not equals, temp array dot push user data dot, not dot, key. Okay, you get what I'm doing here, right? I am simply getting all the data from that object and then pushing it inside an array, and once this is successful, resolve this temp array. Okay, so that it makes easier to run an ng-for on you'll see guys. So I'll get back to buddies.ts, and then inside here what I'll do is this dot users will get users, then here the rest will be an array, right? So I'll have something called filtered users. This will again be an array, and here what I'll do is this dot filtered users will be res. You get what I'm doing? Oh, sorry. You get what I'm doing here, right? Now I need to run an ng-for on this filtered users in order to display the users in a list in the buddies.html page, so that when the user clicks on that button to add a friend or add a buddy, he'll get a list of buddies whom he can add, right? So I'll remove this padding here, and then going forth what I'll do is I'll simply create a list, ion list, no lines, and this will be a sliding item list, since I thought maybe it would be better so that if you could just slide the user and then click on add button, right? I'll show you. So what I'll do is I'll write some UI code. Sliding ng-for equals let key of filtered users, and inside this ion item I'll write we need to show an image avatar, ion avatar item left, which means that it will show to the, you will see guys, slash ion avatar, and then what happened, and then inside this image source equals key dot photo URL, and another thing is we need to show like a small, in the side of the list we'll need to show a small like how do I say, the name of the user and maybe status or something, right? So I'll just show the name, and that's more than enough. So what I'll do is inside ion, after ion avatar, I'll have a h2 tag, and then key dot display name. What happened? I hit control in like this. Display name. Okay, so I have written some simple code. Then ion item options, or the button options, right? So first we need item direction, we need to specify. First slide equals left. Okay, and then inside the button I'll give primary. Color equals primary, click equals send request. Okay, and we will send the key as well. Okay, very simple piece of code. And inside this we can have some, maybe we can once again have a person add, or simply add. It will show plus sign, I think there's an icon like that. We'll simply use person add. I don't know the name of the icon honestly. So and we'll have add. Okay, so we have a list that will show us the users in the application, the registered users in the application, and we'll also have, we can also slide that list item to left, and then click on the add button, which in turn will send a request to that user, so that if the user accepts the request, then he'll be added to our friend list. That's what we are doing here now. And so far so good. I have a list here, and to populate the list I have data written code here as well. So let's see if this works fine first. I'll run my code, Ionic serve -l. Ionic serve -l. Tester for test.com. Okay, some sort of error. Get into chats.html. Button, ion button. Oh, sorry guys, this is ion buttons. Tester4@test.com, and then add the password and click on login. Okay, now you can see that cool button on the top right corner, right? Let's click on it and see what happens. We get a wonderful, we get our decide functionality. But what's this? Is strange, right? We get the tabs here as well. So what we need to do in order to make these tabs disappear is very simple, guys. I'll show you. Just get into your code again, and then get into your tabs page. You have a tabs page here, right? Get into tabs.html, and then inside this we have those 3 lines, right? Write some code, write this thing, tabs hide on sub pages equals true. Okay, click on save, save the page. Now let's rebuild this entire app again. Now if we click on, we'll refresh, so we'll go from first. Now I'll just click on tester 4. And everything works fine. I'll click on this add button and we can see a list of our registered users in this application, right? It's cool, right? Whatever we have written so far works fine. Just one thing we'll check, that is, let's just try sliding. They have an add button, that is cool. So we can just slide the user and then add whichever user we want. We can just slide him to the left and then add him to our friend list. That's cool, right? Now let's implement one other functionality in this application and let's wrap up this episode. One other functionality is a search bar. You can simply Google this and make use of the search bar. Ionic 2 search bar, just Google it and make use of the code here. That's more than enough, but I'll do it anyway. So first thing I'll do is I'll get into buddies and then buddies, okay, and then color equals h color. Okay, this is done. I think template changes won't get refreshed. Those are also getting refreshed. Okay, what were we doing? Yeah, we were trying to implement a search bar. So search bar should appear before this list, right? So I'll do this here. Ion search bar. This will have an ng model equals search string, and then in the input attribute I will bind it to a function search user event, and then one more thing I'll add, placeholder equals search. Okay, I've added a search bar. It will look above the list. Okay, and then inside buddies.ts I'll write the, don't need this line, right? I'll write the search user function. Search user, this will get an input from there, right? Okay, we'll have a search bar, and inside this var q equals search bar dot target dot value. If it is an empty string, we can just skip, right, without searching. So if q dot trim equals empty string, then what we'll do is we'll just give return. There's nothing to search, right? And if not, what we'll do is, the simplest thing to do is to add a filter function, guys. So this dot filtered users equals this dot filtered users dot filter. What value we are going to filter, that we'll give here, and then if we'll convert the value to lowercase equals dot index of q dot q is just the query, right? So q dot to, you can directly convert it to dot lowercase. Oh, we need this thing. We need to have, if this whole thing is greater than -1, which means that we are considering this index of till 0 and not allowing to going into -1, then return true. Okay, otherwise return false. Okay, Very simple piece of code. I guess this is pretty much self-explanatory, guys. I am just getting the target value of that search bar, and then first I am trimming it to see if it's an empty string. If it's an empty string, I'm not returning anything, I'm just giving return. If it has data, I'm simply using a filter function on that to filter the list of items displayed beneath it. That's all. So that list of items is nothing but our filtered users, this dot filtered users. So let's run this code again and see what happens. I think we didn't stop that. Yeah. So I'll click here and all my users get displayed. So since every user is named as tester, right? Tester or test. So what I'll do is I'll make use of these numbers. For example, tester 2 is there, right? So if I give 2 alone, the tester 2 is alone displayed, right? You get my point, right? 5. Sorry. Okay, something is wrong, guys. It's not getting displayed, right? The user is not getting displayed and the list is also not getting. So let's fix this error. So what I'll do is I'll get into my code here and see what's wrong. First of all, I'm getting the search bar target value. Okay, once the filter is applied, we don't have anything to reset that whole thing, right? So what I'll do is all I have to do is have this in a temporary array. That's all. So I'll introduce another variable temp_, and then this will be an empty array. This will be an empty array, and inside this I'll add this dot temp array equals res as well. Okay, now once I get into this function, what I'll do is this dot filtered users equals this dot temp array. You get what I'm trying to achieve here, right? Since I have bound this input attribute to the search user function, whenever I'm trying to give an input, it will get into this function and it will reinitialize my users with the list of all users. You get my point, right? So now if I click on this button, all my users are getting displayed here, and suppose I want to filter this list of users. I'm first giving 2, so I get the only user in that list with the 2. So it is now if I give backspace, once again all my list of users is getting displayed, right? Now if I give 5, only that person is getting displayed. So we have like a real-time filtering system. Real-time filtering system. That's exactly what we have here, and the list would get filtered on what we type. For example, I am typing test, everything gets displayed. Now if I type one more character, that is E, if I type, then this test should, this one shouldn't get displayed, right? So if I just type, my mouse, if I just type E, then that's not getting displayed. So we have like a real-time filtered list in which we can add our friends to our friend list. So when we click on this add button, it will send a request to the particular concerned person, and he'll be able to accept or reject our friend request. If he accepts our friend request, then in this chat you will get a thing called contacts or something, and you will have the list of friends who have accepted your request, or in short, list of friends who are on your friends list. So list of friends who are on your friends list. Wow. Anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys in this video today. Let's keep it short and simple, guys. All my videos, if you notice, they are like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and I feel they are too long, but people are watching. A lot of people are watching. I get hundreds of views in the first week itself. Anyway, I'll keep this video as short as possible. So let's wrap this episode here. In our next episode, we'll see how to send requests to other users. So thanks for watching, guys. Kindly become a patron if you can, and then contribute a minimal amount so that it would be of great support to me, and I can continue to keep all my courses cost free, which means a lot of people in a lot of countries who can't afford these courses will get this premium content free of charge as well. So in turn, you are supporting free education by becoming my patron. Don't consider that I'm marketing myself or marketing this course or something. Anyway, talk to you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.